Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to sow some maize.
I have the Landini hooked up to the Simba disc harrow.
We're just going now to get into the field to do some disking. Away we go! So the first job is to use the disc harrow, and we're going to rip the ground and just break up the lumps. And then we're going to go in with the Limpkin power harrow, which Jerry is up there somewhere, and we're going to just break up the knobs and just make everything nice and fine, because when the plastic goes down we want some fine material to cover the plastic so it doesn't rip and it covers it nice and evenly. That's Jerry just gone past us there now. There's a lot of horsepower needed to drive the Limpkin 6-metre power harrow, but the class tractor has no problem driving it. You can probably tell by how much dust is coming off the machine. It's quite dry here. We've had quite a wet winter and now it's suddenly turned dry. So ground conditions are perfect. So now we say goodbye to Jerry as he goes off in the distance on his second pass.
So this is what the corn on the cob or the maize seed looks like. It has a colour on it to show that it is seed, and it has been protected so that the crows and the other birds won't eat it.
Now that we've all the groundwork done, here's John sowing with the John Deere 6910 and the Samco maize seeder.
Ground conditions on the day were absolutely perfect. There was a nice little bit of moisture there just to activate the seed, but it was nice and dry as well.
Once you get drive by, it certainly is an impressive piece of kit. It was such a lovely day, we decided to take the golf out for a spin. This machine is able to sow, put out the plastic and spray for weeds all in one pass. Here's a good shot of the plastic being unrolled and going down onto the ground as the seeds are being planted. Samco is an Irish company based in Limerick, and they make these specialised maize sowers.
Sowers, after going up, and you can see the plastic that's left behind is perspirated, so there's little tiny holes everywhere. You see holes there, so that lets the air in and out so it doesn't get too hot in there. But also the effect is that the seed is now buried in there. It's sprayed with a weed killer. It'll stop any weeds from coming up, so the weed killer will sit on the soil. As soon as any weeds come up and touch the weed killer, it'll kill them instantly, but it doesn't affect maize, so that's great. So then the maize can come up, and the maize does love heat, so that's why we put the plastic down. So the plastic does break down in the presence of UV because there's no UV inhibitor in it. So in a year's time it'll just be pretty much nothing. It'll just disintegrate into nothing.
So you probably see when you're driving on the motorway and through different parts of the country that you'll see like these rivers of plastic. This is what it is. So it's the maize has been sown underneath plastic, and the plastic is like a mini greenhouse for the maize to live in, and as the sunlight comes in, it warms up the soil, warms up the maize, and helps the maize to grow, because the maize is actually from a very hot climate, and here in Ireland it's not that warm. So that's how we get the maize to grow, because if you didn't, you'd end up with these really thin, weak little plants. And so there's cobs, like corn on the cob, that's what maize is. And if you don't sow with the plastic, you will probably get either no cobs or like a half a cob. where with the plastic you might get 2 to maybe even 3 cobs. So that's why we go with the plastic.
Here's John coming down, so you see the front is a sprayer tank, so that's what the weed chemical is in.
The weed chemical is then pumped to the very back of the machine and sprayed out.
So the reason why we had to power harrow the ground was because we wanted all these little knobs, so they were much bigger, maybe even like that or even bigger again, and we just break them in half. That's what the power harrow does. We're not going to get them any finer than that because there's not enough rain, so they're really hard at the moment, but the power harrow did break a lot of them up. So we make a nice fine bed down here, and when the plastic goes down, it actually comes down like that, and then the soil is thrown back on top, which holds it down, because if you didn't, the first bit of wind would actually pull the whole sheet from there all the way up there. So that's why we power harrow beforehand, so we make it nice and fine to make the plastic sit down.
John is turning there. You see it's quite a long machine from the nose with the extra tank on it all the way to the very back, so he has to be extra careful when he's turning on the headlands.
See this little piece here, this is the scribe, so you can see another one just further in, and that's what John has to do. So when he comes back down and around the next time, he'll put the centre of his tractor in the middle of this scribe here, and that's how he keeps everything parallel the whole way across. So obviously, like, the scribe here will go up and this scribe over here will come back down when he's turning around, so we keep the scribe moving all the way out.
So there you have it, guys, that's how we sow maize. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Support me in PayPal in the link below. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.